Hey y'all, and welcome to Poppin Conversations. We got a really exciting episode for y'all today. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's start with what's been going on. So if you don't know, which I guess nobody really knows, huh? You had your last surgery, hopefully last
Yes,
surgery
prayerfully the last one.
this week. And so yeah, how are you feeling?
Today I feel okay. A little tender, sore. I had surgery on 4 different areas, and so even though people have seen me in the last couple of days, pop on social media and put a smile on my face, I mean those areas are sore than what I expected and what the doctor told me. They just tell you, oh, it's not going to be as invasive as the actual birth surgery. To me, any surgery is invasive. I have some tender spots and some soreness. I have to get stitches removed next week. So from last week to this week, I had to take it really easy with, picking up things and moving because, I want to do the most.
And sit down.
So I have to be reminded to fall and not do the most. So I'm doing okay. It's just still a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
What's been the hardest? Like, is it recovering from the surgery or is it just some other side effects? Like, what, I mean, aside from it all, I'm sure being challenging, but is it one that's harder than the other? Like, since you just had to have a procedure, like now it's like, or is it something that's been
Well,
prolonging?
most days I'm good, but I'm like I said, I'm sore right now, just all in my chest and under my arms from the last surgery. But if I had to say anything, is finding out you're just thinking like something is wrong, and then finding like, oh no, it's not you. This is another effect of the chemo. So right now, I'm dealing with two in particular side effects from the chemo, and they don't know if these effects are going to be lasting, like long lasting. So, one being nerve neuropathy, which I have this excruciating pain, as you know, throughout my whole body. And then I have a tingling in my fingers and toes, and my feet feel like I'm walking on rock every day. So, if you back up, I was already having pain from arthritis from lupus. So now
Mhm.
you add on the pain that I'm now experiencing from the chemo effect, and you don't know if this is going to be a temporary side effect or this is going to be something I got to deal with for life. So the nerve neuropathy is one. The second thing that I'm really dealing with and I'm really having a hard time with from the chemo is, as we talked about, it's the chemo itch. And so it's almost like you're having an allergic reaction. Because anytime my body temperature gets above, and I don't even know what that temperature is, I could just be doing something, and it's not that I'm exerting so much exercise. You got to exercise, and you just getting your body to get up to that speed. It could be anything, and then I'm just constantly itching as if I'm having an allergic reaction, and it's really bad. And the worst was when I got in and took a bath, and my body went into shock, and we didn't know what was going on.
Do you
Yeah.
experience hot flashes? Because I could only imagine what that would be like having a hot flash and then itching and then,
You know, I haven't had as many hot flashes, and that's a whole conversation with women my age and going through hot flashes. They'll take you out. People don't know the mental stress that you are under with the hot flashes. I haven't had as many hot flashes since I started chemo, and now after chemo, I'm having this chemo itch, which is horrible. It's so just think that your body is having an allergic reaction, and so I'm itching all over. My body is irritated. My nerves are like just all out.
they don't know what's going on. Your whole
Yeah, my
body.
body don't know what's going on. So we're just trying to deal with that, and so the remedy for it is taking medicine. But my problem with the medicine is that it's habit forming. And they told me that you can become very addicted to this medicine, which I have experienced with my body wanting it. And it's like, oh, if you go ahead and take this medicine, you'll feel good. But, I have reservations about taking medicine and becoming addicted because I had a mom that was addicted to
Right.
drugs and I had a family. And so I know how hard it is to get yourself pulled up off of medicine. I'm just not trying to
Yeah.
become addicted to pain pills. But it's almost like you don't have a choice because you're in so much pain, you need some relief.
That was a lot of question from our viewers, like things to do just to cope per se. Like, do you say, okay, I'm going to stand it for 30 seconds. I'm going to just deal with it and try to like build up your, how you can deal with it for as long as you can and just try to build it up 30 minutes, 30 seconds this week, the next week a minute. Do you suggest that or what do you do to kind of stand it and try to be like, okay, I'm not going to let this take me out? Because we know you want to be outside this summer, like literally outside this summer.
Yeah,
So, what are you doing to literally make sure you can be outside?
so you know, first thing is I had to reintroduce my body to everything. So I think let's just start this. I had to reintroduce my body to the sun. And so now that my body is getting used to the sun, so at first it was like 5 minutes in the sun, and each day we kind of expanded that time. Now I can sit
Hmm.
outside longer periods of time, but once my body starts to going through I call it a allergic reaction to the sun. Now the chemo itch, I have to get in some air quickly because it just escalates. So it's been reintroduced to everything, and it's hard because you don't know how long. You don't know if it's gonna take 2 minutes before your body say I've had enough sun, or if it's gonna take 10 minutes before your body has had enough. I can just walk and I'm not doing anything. I just literally get up and walk from the front room to the kitchen, and just that quick, my body is into an episode. So I'm trying to deal with stuff as best as I can, from the nerve pain to the chemo. Those are just two of the side effects that I'm having. I'm having other issues, but I'm just dealing with it as best as I can. Some days my tolerance is a little bit less, and so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna deal with this pain for 15 minutes, and other times I can go 2 days with it before I decide to take some medicine.
Well, I would like to say, as your daughter, it's been hard to just see you hurting and not be able to fix it. But it has absolutely shown me just to appreciate the small things, every part of it. And I've just seen your strength in ways I never expected. So I know you're not trying to be the biggest soldier and on the strong soldier list, but you
Don't put me on
are
that list so anybody want to get cussed out.
you
No,
are
I mean,
doing
trying to be the best version of myself, trying to get back to what I believe is my new norm.
yeah.
I want to be out there, selling as many houses as I can and any other thing, participating in all of my little side hobbies. But it's been hard to get myself back used to doing everything because I'm dealing with now the side effects from the chemo. So chemo is over. I look good, to most people know, I get all the comments, oh, you're looking so good. I do. And I thank God every day that I don't look like what I did two
Yeah.
months ago. But my body is literally going through so much with the transition from being on chemo to being off chemo to just trying to get back to I guess, an equal balance where I'm just not so out of whack. So I don't know how long. And unfortunately, the doctors don't know. When you tell them the different side effects that you're having with the chemo, they say, well, this may be something that's long lasting. It may be something that's, temporary. They can't tell you. So right now we just in a wait and see pattern. We don't know if the chemo side effects are going to, go away, or if they're going to be lasting.
Yes, we'll see. So what about day to day things? Is your day to day affected? I know those things pop in and out, but are there some big things that you could talk to our viewers about that you are just experiencing day to day? Like when you were telling me about just getting dressed and stuff like that. Or have you felt more comfort in those areas? Or is it still just one day at a
Well,
time?
I am taking it one day at a time with everything because I'm trying not to get too overwhelmed and frustrated. But the biggest challenge now that I have is that I'm sorting through a whole lot of clothes because I can't wear a lot of stuff. T-shirts, because as you know, prior to having my breast removed, your breasts make imprints in shirts. So I have a pile of clothes of things that I can no longer wear. And it's not even about shirts being a V-neck. It's I can't wear them. They just don't fit. And then I've lost almost 30 pounds. I lost more, but then I gained some weight. So now I've lost 20 pounds so far. I mean, I'm still not done losing weight. I'm still losing weight. And, they expect me to lose a little bit more.
A
So,
combination of all
yeah, it was
everything,
a
just
combination of
completely
everything. So
different.
I lost weight from the chemo. My body's trying to get back to normal. And then I can't fit certain shirts. And so then the summer is coming. I am trying to get my body used to the summer because I do want to get in the pool. And so then that's a whole nother challenge because I cannot fit any swimsuits that I had. Anything with a cut. So I have a scar that, as you know, it goes from one part of my chest to the other, except for in the middle. Thank God they did not make my incision in the middle. So I still have the cleavage where everybody would have, but I have a scar from where the cleavage starts all the way up under my arm on both sides.
It
And it is
sounds very,
awful.
very similar when people have surgery and they have to get like different removals and stuff like that. And it's like you want it or you didn't want this, but you have the surgery, you understand you're having it, but it's like the simpler things in
Hmm.
life. Like what am I going to wear now? Or what do you think you look good? And you have to learn everything all over again.
Everything all over. And so I tell people, I was like, for me, people's like, oh my God, this is a lot. Yeah, I had an amputation of a body part, and I don't think
Yeah.
people realize like I'm still having, like I said, the phantom nerves where my body for 50 years had breath, and then all of a sudden nerves are just it's a mess. But the thing is, with my clothes, I'm just trying to figure out what to wear, and it's so no regular t-shirts because it shows all of the scarring from tank tops. So now you're trying to figure out which tank top to wear, which dress can I wear because dresses are short sleeve, and so certain I can do the cup sleeve. I'm not gonna be able to do too short of sleeve. So it's a lot. It's emotionally it will take you out. And so my thing is, I can't stay in that low place because if I stay there, then I know I'm not gonna come out.
Yeah.
It's a spiral. It's a spiral.
I do hope you find something, you find your new style. I've been seeing you, you've been super cute. It's been a whole different vibe, like the whole rich auntie vibe. I'm liking it.
I
Just
know I
trying some new
enjoy.
things. I mean, it's an excuse to go shopping and buy new things,
Oh,
especially
so
with
that's
just,
hey
yeah,
Pete, if you're listening and when you watch, this is an excuse for me to go shopping because you like for me to look cute and I like to be
yeah,
cute. And
and
so as
find
you
you
know,
different cuts. The good thing is, as a woman, there's so many things. We have shirts, we have skirts, we have dresses, like we have so many articles of clothing and different cuts and styles of it. So I am confident that you will find something. You're going to have a whole new look, and you're going to know, okay, this is what I like. This is what's flattering. Honestly, though, even if you would have still lost 30 pounds, you still would have some of that. I'm not taking away from what you're going through, but it still would be some of those feelings still. It's going to be better. It's going to get better. In about another month or two, you're going to have it down. Like, well, I'm going to look good in this. Same with me. I can't wear everything I want to wear.
I know, but I think for me, it's the magnitude, and I think, and I don't want to. People make light of it, like, oh, but you got through the worst. You had breast cancer. You survived the chemo. I don't think people understand how bad chemo was. Like, if you ever have a family member who has to go through chemo, I think it's so important to understand that chemo was not only exhausting, it was extremely painful. If I can just give people a reference, it was almost like when I was going through the chemo, it was like my bones were being broken and I was alive and without any pain medicine. So it literally felt like somebody was breaking my bones while I was going through the chemo. And it was just excruciating. I mean, the pain was just unbearable. Yes, I got through that hurdle, and I thank God that I was able to. And I can't tell people that I would be able to go through it again. I mean, I pray to God I never have to do it again or anybody else. But now that I'm done with the chemo, and so then you got the fact that now I don't have something that I had for 50 years, and people are like, oh, you should just be thankful you have your life. I am, and in no way I'm underscoring that I'm not thankful that God spared my life and and I can move on. But now I have to deal with this new norm that I don't have breath
Absolutely.
anymore. And then people are like, well, you could have got breasts. It wasn't that simple. The decision to not get them put back on after having to have them removed was not as easy as, oh, just give me some breasts. You got to think about everything that go along with now you have new breasts. So now I got to constantly go through testing because of,
Mhm.
my ratings and what they found and how aggressive the cancer was and how it was spreading. So that was a whole nother thing I didn't want to deal with personally. Other people did. So now when I look at people, I look at women, our breast is an accessory on our body. When we put
Yeah.
on clothes, we put it on based on how it fits us. Like, oh
Hmm.
my God, this looks good. This is showing enough. This is not showing enough. I'm good. So I don't have that, and that has been taken away from me, and it has been very hard to deal with the fact that I no longer can put on clothes and be like, oh yeah, look at my boobs, they sitting up, and and everybody will just be thankful you're alive. And no, don't say that to me.
It's an
I don't want to hear that.
adjustment for sure. Yeah, you're getting
Yeah,
used
I
to
don't
your
want to
new
hear that.
body.
And then you see
It's
women
amputation.
of a body part. So I'm looking at the Met Gala, and I'm looking at all the women. And what is the first thing you see in everybody picture? They showing D-line shirts on,
Mm.
showing they cleavage. They looking good, smelling good. I can't
How
have
you
a
know they
woman
smell good? When you look like you smell good, that's a
yeah.
compliment for sure.
So I can never get that. I can never have that ever again. I mean, I could get some boobs, but still they're never gonna be mine. And I think that's what people don't understand. I can
Yeah.
get some, but they will
And
never be
and
mine.
this is still new. Like this is still fresh for you. So you have to like it's gonna take some time. And I
Yeah.
think people gotta understand that too. It's like this is new. It's gonna take some time. And that's fair. Like you deserve it. Like it's okay.
I really don't care if people don't understand it. My whole thing has been to protect my
Hmm.
peace, to take my time, getting back to what my new
Yeah.
norm is for working, for living, for just doing day to day life. And it has been an adjustment that I think I'm doing well with most days. I have my struggle days where I'm on the
Yeah.
struggle bus for putting on clothes and getting myself together. And it's not just that I'm in pain, it's mentally. It's so
So many
it's
physical
exhausting.
things you have going on
Yeah,
too.
it's exhausting. But for the most part, most days I'm good. My Detroit Tigers.
I like it. I see you more and more coming back to yourself. So it's exciting. Like I'm really excited for this summer. Slowly,
It's
it'll be. We're gonna make some new memories. We're not gonna forget everything for last year, but it can go to the side for a minute. Let's
it's
get us some new, fresh, positive memories.
it's been about a year since
Okay.
I was diagnosed.
Okay.
Last April is when I found out
Okay.
cancer. So it's been just a year.
It
Going
definitely
on a year.
changed everything. I would say the second half of last year, from June to December. So
From
I'm
April.
reclaiming my reclaiming my time.
Yeah, that was a long time. So last April is when we found out. I didn't have my procedure until August.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a lot. So I went through the summer knowing I had cancer and couldn't tell anybody but my immediate family. And we tried to just cope and do what we need to do while all the tests was being
Mm.
run for them to decide stages and what was our next steps. In the midst, and they will, as my niece said, I was selling houses in the midst of
Yeah.
going through some traumatic experiences last year. I wouldn't wish that on anyone.
Let me
But
ask you that. What do you think about staying busy um, through the course of things? Do you think that that helps? Do you think it's about balance? What are your thoughts? Because I know some people, they naturally just go into a ball by themselves. Some people run to the internet for attention. How did you balance it, or what's your thoughts on being successful?
it is a balance. For me, everything is a balance. That's my favorite thing to say. But I mean, I don't run to the internet for everything because I just don't.
Crave attention.
That's what some people do. That's what they like. But I do think it was a balance between. I couldn't stay busy. Last summer I could because I hadn't had the procedure done. But
Hmm.
once I
Hmm.
actually had the procedure, I couldn't stay busy because I was in too much
Yeah.
pain to stay busy. And the crazy thing is what most people don't realize is going to shock everybody is that I still have a cane. I walk on a
Mhm.
cane. So today I can walk fine and I feel good and I'm walking okay, but there are times when I can't walk and
Mhm.
I have to have my cane. So I have a cane and I don't like my walker, so I refuse to walk on the walker. But I do have a cane, and the last time I had to use the cane was a week ago. I cannot walk people. So people see me and you see me out and I'm doing stuff and you wouldn't know that I have a cane with me and I'm walking on the cane. And that could just be a temporary day or two thing and then the next day I'm well enough to walk on my legs. So getting my body back adjusted to just being able to do the things that I normally do, that's an adjustment. So yeah, it's a day by day, it's a balance. It's when I feel good I do stuff.
Yes, you
When I
do.
don't feel
Yes,
good
you
I do.
do. I think
So
that's the advice right there. When you feel good, and that's what that's really a life gem. When you feel good, go out. When you can stand the sun, when you can stand the rain, go out and dance in it. Go out and breathe in it. Because the days that you can't, that's all you're gonna have is your memories and the experiences. So that's right there is the gym.
Yeah, because it is. Because, I went to Memphis, about a month ago,
Yeah.
and I had been in some of my lowest. So the funny
Hmm.
thing is, it was crazy because I did not take my cane with me, right? So I was like, I'm not walking through the airport on a cane. I'm just too cute. I can't do it. So I felt good. I didn't. But by the time I got to Memphis the day two, I needed a cane. So I had to get a cane to come back home with.
You
Yeah.
lasted a day.
So I think that the most important thing is we put a lot of stuff on. We
Yeah.
work these jobs. We let these
Hmm.
jobs become the center of our attention. And I get it because without these jobs, most of us, we will be homeless. These jobs pay our bills. And that's just how the world is set up. You have to go to work to earn an income to be able to do the things we like to do. However, when the jobs become the focus of everything, or I'm going to wait till I get this place to go scuba dive. Or, when I get this amount of money, I'm going to travel. My advice to you is to do it now because
Hmm.
nothing is promised. You waiting to do these things. Family members are passing away. You getting sick or they getting sick. And those things may not happen, but they can happen. Nobody could have told me last year I'd have been diagnosed with cancer. A year later, I've had an amputation of my breast, that I'm dealing with all of these side effects where some days I can't even walk. So my advice to you is when you can do it, do it. So days when
Hmm.
I feel good, if I feel like hop, skipping, jumping, and running, I do it. And the next day I might not be able to hop, skip, jump, and I don't care because I was like, well, yesterday I could hop, skip, and jump. My goal is to walk 2 miles a day, and anybody that's close to me know any day that I feel good, I walk those two
Yeah,
miles.
you do.
Some days it take me longer to walk my 2 miles, but I walk my 2 miles. And then there are some days where I can't even walk 5 steps, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Your new normal.
Really, I'm okay. Yeah, it's my new normal. Some days I could do more, some days I could do less. But I think we spend too much time putting things off
Hmm.
and taking for granted that people are going to be there the next day. We don't take enough pictures. I think about times where I didn't want to take pictures because I didn't look too good. I thought I was too heavy. Whatever the case may be, I suggest you take pictures. I suggest you go on those vacations with your family.
Go
Just create memories.
kids minutes. Take some time, put your phone down, color with them when they ask you, just small things.
I don't understand how people don't. I've always been involved in my immediate family lives with you, with going to your events, with going to my nieces and nephews' events. But I know there are dads that always they focus is work and they don't spend enough time doing those things with their kids. They're gonna regret it. I promise.
I think
Mom,
people have
you're gonna
convinced
regret it.
themselves that they're tired. We're all tired.
You
And I
know I
have to
am.
put it into perspective. I'm like, well, I'll spend 10 minutes scrolling on TikTok when I could spend 10 minutes doing some silly dances with my child. Like it's perspective and how you choose to split up your time of your
Mhm.
day. And this is me talking to myself. This is how I get my butt up and go do things and go places because I am naturally one of those people that don't want to
Yeah,
go. I could be
yeah,
just fine by myself, binge watching Chicago PD. Like I'm cool. But I mean, having a child has changed me a lot in that way because it's like you have to show up. And then thankfully, I have a husband that always wants to do something. He's so encouraging, so that kind of pulls me out, and he's pretty fun. That helps. But and then COVID, being pregnant, all
oh
that
my
life
God,
experiences. So
COVID.
it's like you would hope that people would lead into those experiences and want to be better. And then sometimes people just sad. They're just depressed. So
Mhm.
I just pray that people can just pull themselves out of that. Like you said, we create more memories and experiences because I've been in the hospital on bed rest, can't move, can't go nowhere. And that's all you have is your memories. Like
That's
that's all you have.
what I tell people. When you can't move, I was down for 6 months where I couldn't do normal day to day things by myself. Somebody had to assist me with everything. And all I could think about was different trips I went on.
Mm.
I couldn't even, some days I didn't even have enough mental faculty or
The
strength
strength.
to read a book,
Mm.
scroll on social media. I couldn't do anything but just sit
And think.
in a trance and just like what's going on. So I encourage people to like build a life around something besides a job. Man, don't build your life around your mate either. Some of y'all, I mean, like have some balance. Like some people are so freaking fixated on
Identity. I mean, it's nothing wrong with loving your spouse and supporting them, but some people, they really take that one, like we're one, they take that thing real far.
well, I pray for them. I mean, I believe in everything I do is in balance, you know. Not too much peace, not too much shakar. You know, I try to balance everything out because life is too short and you get fixated on stuff. And that's what it is. We get fixated. We say, oh, I've been doing it this
Mhm.
way for so long. I have to. No, you don't. If you are doing something one way for 50 years, you can decide tomorrow or in the next 5 minutes you don't have to do it. When people choose, that's their excuse. It becomes what you say, their identity. I've been
Yep.
doing it that way for this long, so I'm just gonna keep doing
But
it.
that's not,
No,
that's literally the definition of insanity, people. Like, don't get me started.
keep doing something the same way and getting the same results. Insanity, that's what they say.
That's
But
the
you know, that's what people
definition.
do. So what do you do? What do you do? You know, there's so much going on. Like people say, I'm overstimulated too. I mean, that's the new word for everything.
We are. My
I am
generation, we
too.
tired. We done
But
did
who's
all
not?
these things. Exactly. Exactly. Who is not? So are you going to go and tell your child or whoever, your spouse, whatever, yourself, that you're too tired to pour into yourself? That's not going to get you nowhere anyway because you're going to still be tired. I've been asleep
Exactly.
since Thursday. I'm still tired. When I tell you I do not feel tired, at this point, I'm like, I need to change the scenery or something else because I'm just gonna keep sleeping and still being tired.
Yeah,
Like I'm
that's
telling
true.
y'all, you
I believe
cannot
that too
charge
much
up but
sleep
so
is.
much.
I believe in too much sleep is bad for you. I'm a big advocate
It's
of you can only get
pointless.
I tell you that. You gonna still be tired. Let me try
You
it.
will. Now you just being lazy.
Yeah. It's crazy. But yeah, so to say everything, you know, and I know we got a comment, somebody was like, how am I coping with everything? I'm trying everything. Like some days I'm taking medicine. But again, I don't want to take too much medicine because I don't want to become addicted to pain pills.
Mm.
Pain pills is real. The pain
It
medicine
is
that they got
real.
me on is some real drugs. And I just think about my family members who were addicted to drugs. And I just don't want to become that person. But some days it is unbearable where I don't have a choice but to take the medicine. But
Mhm.
majority of the time, I try to think of other things to do so I don't have to take pain pills. But, you know, I don't.
Puzzles this week. You want me to pass you some puzzles? I started last week. I've been doing a puzzle a day just so I don't sit around and just do things I shouldn't be doing, just to keep my brain going.
Do I
Yeah,
want
do
to
you
do a
want to do a
puzzle?
puzzle? You say you don't want to do drugs? No, I'm saying to keep you going. Don't cuss me out.
Do you think when I'm in pain,
I don't want to take no medicine, so maybe you don't want to do a puzzle.
puzzle? You know, most of the time when I'm in pain, if I don't want to take the pain medicine, I'd rather listen to some music. You know, I'm a music
Yeah.
person. It don't matter what genre it is. Just put some music on and let me fantasize in my head about what pop, lock, drop it.
Which you wish you could get down and do. That's
Yeah,
why one of the
so
days that you can, y'all be catching her on the flow. I get it
yeah,
now. I get it now.
yeah. That's why I be on the flow. That's why nobody can pass judgment on me. Let me tell you something. When I get to heaven, I have to be accountable for everything I've said and done. Everything. And so you can't make me feel bad when you see
Yeah,
me and I
what these
lock drop it.
people say.
And you can't make me feel bad for nothing I've done presently or in the past. And that's what people try to do. They try to hold you to things you've done in the present or the past. You can't. Because I know that Ebony has to be accountable for everything I've said and done. That's why I tell people sometimes, I'm like, you know what? That's not going on my list when I meet Jesus for you. And I let you go. But baby, when I say some days I be in my head, boy, I be shaking. Bam, bam. And he just be Pete. Some days he look at me like, what are you doing? I be like,
You
boy,
doing what you got to do.
I be like, you probably need to come shake it with me a little bit too. And let
It,
get loose.
it's
Get loose.
healthy.
Very
Go
much
ahead.
so.
Or you, like you said, or you could be doing
I
drugs or drinking.
should be doing drugs. And then y'all be like, oh my God. You know, Ebony went through chemo and after chemo, y'all heard she got hooked on her pain pills. Then you're gonna be talking about me. You're gonna talk about
Either way.
me one way.
So pick on.
Do you wanna see me crash out on a dance? Or
Not
do you
crash,
wanna see me crash out, on some pills?
crash on for real.
Right. So I'm crashing out with some dance moves. So yes, I do. If I feel good, I do whatever it is I want to do. It hasn't been. I don't cry as much as I used to cry, but am I still crying some days? Yes, literal tears. And last week was one of them because I could not fit any of my clothes, and I was not happy about it. So I need a whole new wardrobe, and then
We're gonna take it. We're gonna get you one day, day by day.
but I'm thankful for a lot. I'm thankful to be here. I'm thankful that I have family that love me and friends that care about me and family that care about me. So my
Yeah.
gratitude is definitely up there. I just thank everybody for constantly reaching out. Constantly, I'm still getting gifts and
Mm.
calls and packages and people asking what they can do. And like I was telling you, I wouldn't have thought, we pay insurance. We all pay insurance. And insurance is so expensive. And even though I have some what I thought was good insurance, my co-pays have been ridiculous. And the bills that I have racked up since having cancer is crazy.
It's
Like,
offensive.
and people are like, well, apply for some grants. And I have. But the things that they make you go through for the grant,
Mm.
it's ridiculous. And then so think you still sick, so you gotta give them all this stuff. So I have submitted. So one in particular that I submitted for, and they told me they'll pay for some of my co-pays. I submitted in the paperwork for it. And then it came back and said, so I submitted in because it says you had to show proof of the prescription drug or show
Mhm.
proof that you went to the doctor. So I loaded up all of the drugs that I've had to have, prescriptions that I've had filled since last August. And then it was like, oh, now we need the receipt for each individual bill that you paid for. Now
That's
I
too
sent
much.
them, it is too much because I sent you all the drugs. It shows that it was filled by the pharmacy. So now they said, no, we need each individual bill for each one of those drugs that was filled. So now I got to take time to pull bank statements and to itemize the bank statement and show how it
They
correlates
to
drug
this
issues.
the you.
So that's why we say when people are like, oh, well, just apply to the Cancer Foundation. It's not that easy. They're getting millions and
It
millions of
can't be
dollars
that
in
easy, y'all.
donations,
Yeah.
but it's not that easy to get these
People
people to
literally
help you
are
pay for your
dying because they can't afford to be sick. So clearly it's not that
yeah.
simple. I just hate that it's that difficult.
It is very difficult to get them to help to offset a bill or to help you pay for something. And I'm to the point, it is what it is. That's a whole nother level of stress. If I
Yeah.
let that stress me, all the bills that are now rolling in, and I started treatment, they'll have me on the couch somewhere balled up. I will be taking them pain pills
Yeah.
to get myself to zone out.
Either.
Girl, oh yeah. The love and the outpouring of love and support has been phenomenal, and I really appreciate it.
And I
Really do.
appreciate it too. It's changed my life. It's changed the way that I move, the way that I act, the way that I pray, and the way that I try to teach my daughter to be. It's changed me in so many ways. And just thank you everyone for showing up and checking in and just riding with us. I did not feel alone. So I'm thankful for that. I still do not feel alone,
Good.
but it is still tough. Now I know how to be a friend and how to support someone else as much as I can. Yeah, because I did not know what to say or what to do. So at least now it's like I kind of feel like I can help someone else. So that's the
And
blessing
you
in
know
the
you
list.
better. I
Yeah.
can ask, how are you feeling about it? I mean, you asked me, but how are you coping now with all of this?
I'm
With
okay. I
with the
too
post.
don't cry every day. I'm cry some days, but it's different now. I think changing my prayers has helped tremendously. Having the podcast, talking about it. Because at first you don't really want to talk to people, but you don't want to make that the only conversation
Conversation.
starter either. So finding a balance between that. I was just talking to someone I met about 8 months ago. And they had gave me a gift. It was a breast cancer pin. It had to be October. I don't know how many months ago that was. Whatever. The point was, they gave me a pin. And they left me a pin. Just a cute little gift, but it brought me to tears. And I hadn't told anyone in that setting what was going on. And so now to be able to talk about it, they're like, "How is your mom?" And I'm able to talk about it and show pictures and stuff. It just shows you how life can just come back full circle. I'm happy to just be open and talk about it because I've always just kept stuff within, and people have always told me, "Girl, talk to us, share." And
Hmm.
I never did. So I'm starting to do that more, and it worked out well for me. So I'm so, so thankful.
Yeah, and people have to understand that it's real, and
It is
you
real.
have to go get these checkups. Oh, woman, go get your checkups because I found my lump myself just doing a self breast exam and found it. And it was very aggressive when I found it. And, it was stage 2 breast cancer, triple negative. It was spreading. It was spreading or growing at a astronomical rate. And people was, in the beginning giving me advice, try this, drink this, do that. And I was like, if I had done all that, then the breast cancer could have spread it to other places in the body. And thank
Yeah.
God it did not spread. That, you know, that's not always the case. Sometimes it spread, sometimes it don't. But I tell people, get checked out. Do your self-exam. If you think something is wrong, get checked out. But I know people that are still saying they would rather not know. So I don't
I think
know
it
what
is,
to
like
tell
I
people.
said earlier, you can't afford to be sick in this here
You can't.
economy. So some people
In
just
the
like, well, I'm gonna
economy,
put it off, and because you can't afford, like you
you
cannot
can't afford to be
afford.
sick in America.
Yeah, you
It's
can't.
shameful that we pay all this money in America and we cannot afford to be sick. One illness could put you in debt so far to cause you to lose your home. I see it now, like when people was like, oh, their
Mm-hmm.
parent got sick with cancer, and that's when
Mm-hmm.
they lost their home. I see it. I see
Yeah.
how that happens. I do see how that happens. I do see how that happens. Podcast has definitely been an outlet for us to talk through our feelings and talk about things that are going on in the world and make those connections. So I tell people now, I have so many people reaching out to me for advice
Hmm.
for a loved one who's going through cancer treatment. And my advice is always early detection, as they say, is the best. Be your own best self advocate. I had somebody who called me last week about, whether or not they should fire their physician. And yes, if they're not working for you, find somebody else. I mean, it's your care. And some of these doctors, they don't have the best bedside manners. And,
No, yeah, you already got fired if it was me. I don't play that.
I'll fire you. So fire these people and move on. Enjoy your life. I enjoy my life as best I can. Like I say, today I feel good. Tomorrow I have some things to do. And Friday I have some things to do. Mother's Day this weekend.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Mother's Day this weekend. I sure better get some Mother's
And
Day.
then we have a graduation. Then we have Memorial Day. Where you going? See, yeah. So life is life, and again, I think that
Oh,
helped.
we do have a lot of stuff. As they say, Maymester, we used to call it that when the kids
And
were
they messed
studying
it.
for testing. But May is a month full with things to do. Graduate,
Yeah.
Mother's Day. It's so much going on in May that it's just crazy. We got so many birthdays. So we had a birthday on Monday. We got a
Mm.
birthday tomorrow to
Monday,
celebrate.
tomorrow, and then
Yeah, two
graduations.
graduations. No, three
Oh, we're
graduations.
not even talking about dances and
Yeah.
stuff too. Blessed to be here to be able to enjoy it with you. And again, that's why I've changed everything, the way that I speak. I pray to get help with changing the way that I speak, the way that I view things and stuff. So now it's like, look at us. We're able to be here to experience this stuff this year, this month. It's a lot, but
Mhm.
wow, what a blessing it is to be here to experience it together.
And it,
And people think I'm being corny, but I be dead serious. Like, I understand now.
yeah, because some people choose to do this alone. Some people make the choice to do it alone. Not only do they not tell their family members that they're going through something like this, they don't even tell their spouses.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to go through this alone. I am blessed that I had some phenomenal people and still have some phenomenal people in my corner taking care of me and making sure that I'm doing the right thing
You
on
deserve it. You
manifestation.
deserve it.
So
You absolutely deserve it.
I'm gonna plug and I'm gonna put some plugs in here.
Okay.
In here right quick.
What you about to ask? Mother's Day gift?
No, that's an automatic. I'm not asking for anything I deserve. That ain't what I'm asking for. I'm gonna plug in. If you need to buy or sell a house, I'm a local realtor in the Metro Atlanta area. Please contact me. I'm getting back out there. I'm slowly showing. Also, my book is for sale. Mother Fluffy Birthday. I'm working on another book, so that'll be coming soon. So just some plugs, some shameless plugs. Sure, it's my podcast. Why not?
Do it. I would like to say that our next episode is going to be the finale of season one. We're super excited to wrap up this season and just take all the feedback, all the lessons. I mean, do you remember day one just starting?
Yeah,
Talk, we're gonna get into it on the next episode a little bit, but again, so the people, the dreamers, because I'm a big dreamer, just do it.
mhm.
It's never the better time than now. Just get
it
out there and do it.
and do it. Because look, it has not been perfect. I mean, we started this live with some mess up. So, but my whole thing is we did it.
We
We
did.
don't care what it looked like to you. It's therapy for us. You know, we did something. We're not one of them people that's gonna be like, man, we wish we had started that podcast. Because see, we did that for about 6 years. We
Yep.
did it. Now we know what to fix when we come back with the next best and greatest. We know how to move forward. And
Yeah, and I'm so excited, and I'm so proud of you. So good job.
I'm proud of me too. What is uh Snoop Dogg? Remember with that whole thing, and he was like, "Who am I?" And I just want to thank me, you
Hmm.
know, and I just want to thank me
You got
because
it.
without me, it wouldn't be no this, and
Period.
that's just real because I had to fight nail. If people don't understand what I fought for to get my life back, unless you was here on the day to day, no
And that's
clue
why
what I
this
had to do
season
to
two
fight.
is so special because it's like, man, when we look back on this and we just refer to this, it's like
Yeah, I had to fight for
literally
my.
out the
I had
mud.
to literally fight for my life. It was
Yeah.
times when I just said, I don't know about this shit. And
Change
I was
you like
like,
you see how people and imagine if you were by yourself in a corner somewhere. That's how people get to that point. You see it now. Well, you probably you might have seen it before.
I see how people just say, just go ahead and let the cancer take its course. I'm just go
I'm
home
not
and
going
do
to
me.
another appointment.
I'm
I
not
don't
going
want
to
to
another
go.
appointment. Oh my God. So at this point I've had, and then and I know we're gonna say bye to everybody that love us for this episode or whatever. At this point, I've had how many surgeries? The initial surgery, where I've had 6 surgeries at this point that people don't realize. From everything from getting things implanted to getting
Take
the
it in and
port.
out. My goodness, that port. You, you see how we can like laugh though? Because man, that port you on my chest.
A long scar right here, and y'all gonna see it. I can't cover it up if I wanted to. I don't know why that doctor put that port so high up in my chest. I'm like that
We
ELT.
happy
I
as out.
hope that man would have put that port at it's all up here. So y'all gonna see that port scar for the rest of my life. Put that port, so you think about the surgery to get the port in, the surgery to put the port out, the reconstruction surgery. I'm still, yeah, it's it's gonna, but I'm getting some boobies, y'all. So just to let y'all know, and I don't care, we're not editing this out. We said we being raw and real. So we're gonna end with this. I'm not getting reconstruction surgery. That
Okay.
means where they kind of pump up my skin to get me ready to get some, what is this? Some silicone breast,
Hmm.
like when you get a breast lift. I'm not getting that done, but I am gonna have some boobies. Not that I want them. I don't have. I can go flat every day. Flat is this, but I'm gonna get some boobies. So
Well,
in
you
case I
want to
want to
see, yeah. I mean, do your what we say, do your
do
thing, live
your
your life.
do your
I might get some too,
98% of the time, 2% of the time, I'm like, this is some BS
and that's
only.
fair.
But yeah, I'm doing good. So thank you everybody for listening to us go on tangent a little longer today than what we wanted it to be. But we do thank you for tuning in to our live and to listen to us. And please continue to submit questions and comments and send us love and send us
Yes.
stars. And somebody asked how could they make donations? Whatever your heart feel led to do. I mean, you want to send a card, I read them all. I have all my
Hmm.
cards from since we started. So if you want to send me a card, if you want to do something else, whatever you led to do, God is good
Amen. All the time.
all
So thank
the
y'all
time.
for tuning in. Again, our next episode will be the finale. So we'll have it a bit more interactive and show you guys and tell you when exactly we're going to be here engaging with you and stuff. So it'll be fun.
Whatever she makes me do.
Look, we make each other. We out here, we working.
So
I'm about to go and take a freaking final exam. Like, why am I in school? But this is okay.
I know. See, that's the thing I say people don't see us doing. You
Full
final.
time student, got 2 jobs, a wife, a mom, and I'm outside.
Yeah. I'm trying to get my full-time job back, and so we'll see. I'm easing back into it, but I just told you about how y'all can support me. You need to buy, sell a house. You want to go buy my book. What
Period.
to do?
Or
Just
we
come
accept
on.
donations.
Just
That's
call me. I'll let you
her
know what day
favorite
it's
thing.
coming.
Her birthday coming.
June is coming. June is coming. Brunch all month. I love you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, thank you for being here and have a fantastic rest of your evening.
Aisha.